Hey guys, I'm back. We have got another project tonight. Um, it's not a fun project, but it's on a daily project. So we're gonna do some brake calipers. So the original problem on this project was that, well, it's happened several times and I'm not able to find the problem with it. It's on a 2012 Chevy Malibu. It's got 180,000 miles on it. So what happens is my wife drives it every day to work. So when she drives it, there's a vibration in the front. It doesn't happen all the time. It's not very consistent. When she pulls over and I drive it, I don't have any problems at all. When I drive it, I don't have any issues. When she gets back in it, I look it all over. She gets back in it and drives it, and there's a problem. Still don't know what the problem is. It's probably been a month. I've had the front end, I've shook it down. I've been through it. Still can't find any problems. I've rolled the tires looking for a split, a bead broke in the tire. I'm not seeing anything. I've not had it on the balancer yet, so that may be in the near future. But the only thing I've found with Googling it, actually my wife's been Googling it and finding that a bad brake shake may be causing the problem. I've taken the brakes apart. The pads look good. The rotors don't look like they're heated up or cracked. They're fairly new because this car, my wife, way they drive, and with the brakes, tend to have to usually turn the rotors quite often. Anyways, not finding the problem with it. So a couple nights ago, I'm driving it, just out driving it around, see if I can figure out the problem. So once I got going with it, driving it down a pretty good sized hill, I'm on the brakes to slow down and slow down some more. And by the time I get to the bottom, I'm feeling the front end vibrating like crazy. First time I've ever felt this, but I explained it to her once I got home, and it was the same problem that she kind of feels when it's a problem for her. So actually, the first time I felt that, it was I went to a store, got my stuff, come back out, cooled off, no problem. I rode the brake just to get some heat built up in the front, and it would do it. I'd let off the brake, let it cool off, go down the road a couple miles, and it'd be fine. I ride the brake again just to create more heat in the front on the brakes, and it would do it again. So now I'm creating a problem that I think she has found in the brakes in the front end of this. So what I've done is she ordered some brakes a couple days ago. Well, not brakes, but new calipers. So they came in today. So what I have done, I'm working on right now, is I pulled the brake calipers off the front, and what I've done is I'm going to change them out. So I've changed out the brake calipers. Well, I've done one side so far. So let me flip this on with it. So I took the old caliper off of it. What I've done is when I pulled it apart, I've noticed this cracking all the way around the piston, which I know is not good. So this might be, I'm hoping, the problem that we're running into with this caliper, or not caliper, but I guess the piston in the caliper sticking. So what I'm going to hope to do is change this other side out, and once I get it changed, I'm hoping it looks just as bad as this one, and then I'm going to put 2 new ones on here, and I'm hoping that is the problem, because it's been ongoing and I really don't know what the problem is. So here's our soup cat, a shop cat. So the brackets that we've got, actually the brackets in the calipers, it came with brackets, but I didn't want to pull all the brakes and stuff apart and go from there. So all I did was replace the caliper. I'm letting them bleed out right now, and once they get bled out, I'll go to the other side and I'll start on it and take all my tools and stuff over there. So not too bad of a project really, other than just getting them bled out, as long as you got fluid. So you got a 10 millimeter wrench is what I've used for the brake line. Actually, let me double check. No, the 10 millimeter, sorry, is going for the brake bleeder. Let me see here. I don't usually go through my tool list or parts list or my socket list. So let me see. 11 millimeter is for the brake line. The caliper bracket, or sorry, the caliper nut is a 14. And then if you do change and remove the bracket, it is a 15 millimeter. So, and like I said, I did not change this out. Maybe I should have, but I didn't need to. I didn't need to pull all the brakes and stuff off just to change the caliper out. So that's what I did with it. So I'm going to start with the caliper and see if that doesn't help the problem that we've got. I'll let it bleed out a little bit. And then once I get the other side done, I'll probably go for a drive once I get it back together tomorrow. Or I'll finish it up tonight. But once I get it back together, I'm going to take it for a drive in the morning. And then see what happens. I'm hoping that the rotors didn't get too hot, and if they did, then I'll have to get them pulled all back apart, and then well, then I'll go get them turned. Hopefully I can turn them and save them without buying a new set of rotors. But anyway, that's where the project's going. I'm going to get to the other side and get started on that and see what happens with it. And like I said, I really hope this is a problem because it's not too bad of a fix. And two, I hope it's a fix because I've been on and off this vehicle for the last month or so, just going back and forth with it, looking it over, shaking it down in the front, looking at the tires, rotating the tires. I've not found the problem yet. Googled it a little bit, and this is where we're at with it. So, and what I have found out, the calipers are a little bad shape. So here we are. I'm going to work on this a little bit. This side is done other than bleed out, and then I'm going to go to the other side. Guys, that's pretty much it. Not too bad. Most kits, well, I would suggest putting in, I don't know what they're called, but there's a brass washer that goes on both sides. I've never had any issues with it, but I know a lot of people suggest to put those brass washers on the brake line when you put them back onto the caliper, just because they're soft, and once you collapse them, it just helps them seal up around the brake lines. Like I said, I've never had any problems, but I'm not here for the technical side of it, so you guys do what you need to do. It's worked for me. If I had them, I would have put them on, but I don't have them. Like I said, it's worked for me. You guys do what you need to do with it. As far as that goes, I'm going to get everything bled out on the front, and once I get that done, I'll just double check everything, make sure it's good to go, and then once it's good to go, we'll do a road test on it. I don't know if we'll do it tonight. I got to move some stuff out of the driveway to get it done. As you guys noticed, I did that in the driveway, which is the problem. The main problem around here is just I got too much stuff, too much junk, and the driveway is usually the last resort, but that's where most of it gets done because that's all the room I've got. So that's just a quick walkthrough of what I do. There are tools out there for as what am I trying to say? Well, for the brake hoses. I use vice grips with rubber hoses over the end of them, and I pinch them off, so you don't have to worry about the brake fluid bleeding all over the place and running all over the place. They actually make a tool, I believe, for that, but I've always worked it out with just putting a hose over the end of the vice grips on both sides and then crimping it down on there, and I've not had any issues with damaging any hoses, and I don't have to have the tool to do it, so I just had some old hoses around. So that's worked for me. So I'm going to let this side bleed out. And don't forget, like I said, I'm not here for the technical side of things. So I'm here for the entertainment. So just and the projects I've gotten going on. So once you get it down on the ground, before you take off with it, make sure you pump those brakes up too. Get a good hard pedal on it before you take off with it, because one, you're bleeding them out, and two, you want to make sure the gap in there, the air gap that you've got between your caliper and your piston on the pad, it's got to be seated up against the brake pad, because if not, you'll push that pedal down and you'll keep moving. I've done it. So I forgot to pump those up before. So it's just a matter of slowly just pressing the brake pedal down and pumping them up and having them ready. Once it gets solid, a solid pedal on it, and then you're ready to fire it up and take off for a test drive. But normally, like I said, you don't want to forget to do that. If you take off, it's going to take a lot of intense pumping of the pedal real quick before you run into whatever you're going to hit until you get it stopped. So like I said, just I'm not here for the technical side of it. That's just a project I've got going on, and like I said, I try to keep everything, give you guys some updates on what I've got going on for the weekend and weeks or whatever. So I'll try and get this posted up by this weekend. So it's Friday, what is it? Saturday. So like I said, I'll try and get this posted up, but finally the wind is dead. It's not moving. Gonna go to a cruise tonight. I got another problem with another car, so that's not gonna happen tonight. So I thought I'd get something else done out here in the garage. So, or I guess in my case, the driveway. So this is what we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna pump it up, ready to go, let these bleed out. We're ready to go with it, hopefully for a nice test drive. And then we'll be out of here with this project, be off the list. Hopefully be back on the road here soon. So guys, if you like what you're seeing, just subscribe, comment if you like it, share it if you like. Don't forget to subscribe. You know, everybody says that. I'm not here for the money, I'm just here for the entertainment. So if it ever gets to that point where I'm making anything off this, that would be awesome. Maybe I could afford to keep all these things going instead of waiting and hurry up and waiting. So all right guys, I'm gonna flip this around and we're gonna end off on a nice view of the sunset. It's finally beautiful out here today. Finally, it's been so. But anyway, there's a picture of the sunset tonight. It is beautiful out here. I'm probably gonna have to finish this project up soon and then go relax on the bar outside and probably have me a couple adult beverages. So all right guys, I will see you on the next one. All right guys, I'm just doing a quick update on the video I posted or started with earlier, the 2012 Malibu brake situation. So we got the wheels on it last night, torqued it all down, put it back together, and went for a drive first thing this morning. Went around through the country, hills and hillsides and stuff, and tried getting the brakes hot. Riding the brakes, I don't like doing that, but trying to get the same situation I ran into a couple nights ago that I was talking about earlier in this video. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got it back together. Everything on that other caliper, once I got it apart, both of them look like they's all ripped up pretty good on the boot. Or I guess, I don't know if you call it the boot or the seal on there, but whatever you want to call it, looked like the piston area was pretty bad shape. So anyway, I got it back together. Everything looks good now. Everything drives well with it now. I don't know. I probably have a good hour drive time on this morning, and just being able to get those brakes warmed up. So anyway, like I said, this is going to finish up this video. I'll try and get posted up tonight. I've not found another video like this, so it's a little odd. Like I said, I don't know if this is a problem or not, but I could probably change out a lot of stuff on it. But the diagnostic part of it is the harder part of it for me to do. Anyway, I think I've got it figured out. I think I got it done. I think I got it back together. So we'll see what happens. Wife, I think, is going to start driving it tomorrow, and then she'll come back and hopefully it's good to go. So then we'll park the new truck and maybe get it cleaned up. We're going to go on a road trip next week back to Indianapolis for the weekend. So we'll hopefully get a good cleaning on that, but it's supposed to rain this week. So anyway guys, that's enough of this video. I'm going to wrap it all up for you guys, and then if you guys like it, subscribe, comment, share it. If you guys got any thoughts about the brake issue, like I said, just let me know in the comments. I'll try it. Like I said, I hope this is the problem, so hopefully this problem will be over with and we'll have to worry about it again, but we'll go from there. All right, guys, I will see you on the next one.